got his breaks there.
And Jeff was able to take advantage of those breaks as well, as being one of the best conditioned athletes this sport has seen. Here's the battle for third. Moto XXX rider Brian Deegan, number 28, starting to put pressure now on Pingree.
You know, Deegan's the type of rider that he may be a little inconsistent throughout the year, but in any given race, just like what we're seeing right now, he is fast. He's a great jumper. This track obviously is going to be one where he'd feel comfortable. I would expect him to be tough.
Here comes Deegan to the inside. Deegan in the battle for third.
Yeah, the difference, though, is being able to do that week after week, and even coming out in the second moto and having another good performance like this. That's where Deegan's weakness has been. But there's no question about it. If he gets a decent start, he's motivated. He can run with anybody.
Deegan looked like this year he was off to a great start with a victory in Supercross in Los Angeles, but then an assortment of injuries, and especially a big practice crash at Las Vegas really set him back. An 8th place moto at Gatorback has been his best of the year, but this is undoubtedly his best start. There's Kenny Watson, Brian Deegan's mechanic. Let's go to Davey.
Kenny, we've watched Brian. Looks like he's running up there at the top guys now.
Yeah, he finally got a decent start, and it looks like he's going pretty good. We've got about 10 minutes left, so let's see what happens. He works pretty hard, so we'll have to just wait and see.
I know all year long it's been like a fight for respect for you guys at the Metal Militia and everything, and Team Moto XXX. What would it mean to get on the podium here at Kenworthy?
It'd mean a lot for the team, Moto XXX. We've had a lot of hard knocks with Brian Swink and Brian Deegan. We've had a lot of bad luck, but it looks like maybe today it turned around for us. We'll have to wait and see.
Good luck.
Thanks, Dave.
We just got word that Robbie Raynard, number 24, cased it hard on one of the jumps. Robbie Raynard out of the race.
Doesn't look like he's walking very straight either. He must have hit hard.
Raynard with 2 podium performances on the year, a 2nd at Southwick, a 3rd at Hangtown. Not having a happy day of it here in the heat at Kenworthy's farm. The Suzuki stopwatch now. Let's check out Damon Huffman's lead. About 4 seconds on Ricky Carmichael, so he definitely has pulled away a little bit.
It's a great track for Huffman, and Carmichael, you know, I'm sure he's making a bid at him, but you expect those guys to be pulling away. Deegan and this chase group, they're still pretty close to these guys. It's a mistake by Carmichael, and he's going to drop 2 or 3 positions.
Deegan, Pingree, and here comes Scott Sheik of Team Honda.
These guys are all charging really hard. You see Sheik just hammering into that corner right there.
Maybe these guys are keeping the leaders in sight. Deegan, Pingree, and there's Scott Sheik of Team Honda, number 29. Now next year it'll be a little different alignment, as it's become official. Honda's farmed their 125 program out for next year to FMF. Honda supplying the machinery and the salaries for 4 riders. Danny Laporte and Bobby Moore will be co-team managers of that unit. Steve Lampson has lost like 10 positions in the last couple of laps. Let's go to Davey.
Mike, any indication on how Steve's feeling?
No, he didn't look over at me, but it doesn't look good. That last lap, he slowed down so much. Something's bothering him.
Yeah, Lammy's not all the way back, that's for sure. That's a hard hit.
Yeah, I mean, he spent the morning pounding his head on the ground, broke his helmet, trying to figure out where he was, and it's 115 degrees out here, and there's Jeff Stanton.
And the heat probably hasn't helped him at all either, David.
No, it's not a good day, and he's not in contention for the title, so it seems to me it'd be wise to pack it in here.
A credit to the great fans here in this area. A record crowd here today. Moto number 1 of the 125s, Damon Huffman still dominates with Ricky Carmichael trying to pull up. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Troy, Ohio, and Steve Lampson is pulling out of this first moto of the 125s.
That is a weird feeling to pull off the racetrack like this. It's just not normal. You're taught never to give up.
Let's go down to Davey for an update on the situation.
Mike, we just saw your rider Steve Lampson pull off. Any word?
No, the word we got from the back is he might have stopped over by Stanton and told me he had problems focusing.
It obviously, as hot as it is and being hurt, this is not the best place, or this rather is not the safest track to be out there going 90%.
No, not at all, not with all these jumps. You know, he's looking forward to racing here because finally we get to race in the heat and humidity, and didn't get a chance to prove his stuff.
It's too bad Lampson, this has been a great track for him. Back in '95, he swept the motos with the win. Part of a string of performances that brought him back from 60 points down to within 5 points, and he went on to win the title in the very last race of the year. Here's Pingree and Sheik still going bar to bar at times for 4th place.
guys are pushing each other pretty hard, and they're still not making any ground on Deegan. Deegan having a great day. Uh-oh, but he doesn't look good at all.
No. Kevin Windham looking like he either went down or maybe cased a jump. He was up as high as 7th place after a very slow start. Was battling hard, but right now Kevin Windham is going to drop in the standings. I'm very concerned. Ali Seymour, his mechanic.
Now he's taking off his goggles. That's going to at least feel a little bit better, get some fresh air on his face. Starting to gather himself a little bit.
Let's go down to Davey, who's with Ali.
Yeah, tell us what's going on with Kevin. We heard he came up short on a jump in the back and might have problems with the bike.
Yeah, I don't know. My radio's not working and I can't see anything. He just came by slow with his goggles off, so I don't know what happened.
You know, sometimes you'll have a problem out there. It looks to me like he banged himself good. I've done that before, and initially it hurts so bad. You take the goggles off, you're ready to pull in, and then you go a lap or two, and like, well, you know, maybe I can still go and finish.
Here's Scott Sheik making a move on David Pingree. Sheik to the outside. He's got Deegan in his sights as well.
That's patience right there on Sheik's part. He tried that move a lap before, wasn't quite close enough entering that section. That time he was and made the move.
You know, back to the significance of Windham having to slow down and regroup physically. This time in the season, one bad moto for Windham can set Carmichael free as far as the points championship is concerned. He could almost pick up a 3-moto lead right here.
Absolutely, and especially with Windham slipping further back. I mean, Carmichael, even if he does have some bad luck down the stretch, he's got enough cushion to still come away with the title.
Damon Huffman, Ricky Carmichael, Brian Deegan still holding on to 3rd, but Scott Sheik, you see him, number 29, is starting to hound him from behind. Nathan Ramsey up into the top 10. Good to see him running there.
Sheik has been aggressive this whole moto, charging hard, trying to get around Pingree. Finally did. Now he's starting to close up just a little bit more to the back door of Deegan. Deegan, no matter how you slice it, has ridden a great moto.
You see the infield here at Kenworthy Farms. The fans are known to have a tidal wave effect going back and forth as they watch the leaders on this track. It's a very interesting track from a fan standpoint. Scott Sheik really putting out a lot of energy right now. He moves into 3rd place. Could this take a toll later on, David?
Well, I don't know if it'll take its toll in this moto, because he still looks pretty strong. The second moto will tell the story, and when he got around Deegan there, Pingree got around as well, because Deegan made a little bobble, went too wide, but I guess that says something for Deegan's conditioning in this moto. He has enough energy and motivation right now to hold on to that spot and get Pingree back.